And also, don't be surprised if they begin to leak prematurely. That's I'm sure Amy will remind me later on. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Mike and I'm Julian's big brother. Well, I'd like to start by saying, Julian, I'm sure everybody here today agrees that you are a very, very lucky man to have taken Amy's hand in marriage. We all know that Amy is smart, funny, warm, loving and caring, and by all accounts she deserves a fantastic husband. So thank goodness that you met her before she found that man. Thank you, Mark Marriage, for researching that one. But I will take this opportunity once again to say how wonderful Amy looks today, and also our wonderful bridesmaids, Sarah, Joe, Lily, and of course the beautiful Gabriella. And also, I know it's been mentioned, but I just want to mention Oliver, who's wearing his very first suit and looks incredibly smart.
Hey!
Now, there's lots of friends and family that can't be with us today. Unfortunately, Uncle John suffered a broken hip on Wednesday, and so he and Joan can't be with us. Rita also can't be here today. Family friend Keith Hall can't join us, but sends his best wishes for this happy day. Our thoughts are with them all. And finally, Sarah and Aid send their love from Japan. They are both looking forward to seeing a lot more of the teasers when they return later in the year. Amy was kind enough to send me on Thursday a best man's guide on how to structure a speech. Now, I've covered the opening, the compliments, my introduction and the formal announcements. And now we come to the section entitled Roasting the Groom. Now, this should include stories about his past, detailing embarrassing exploits. And then this should be followed by words of advice about married life and then the toast. Now with Julian, there are so many stories that I know we could literally be here all night. So I've had to cut quite a few stories out. I was going to mention Julian dressing up in Lucia's clothes when we were younger. But apparently I used to join in as well. So I would have mentioned the stag do, but absolutely nothing bad or embarrassing happened at all. I didn't really want to mention the fact that Julian's an Arsenal fan. I did want to point out that whereas I've always followed Tottenham Hotspur, Julian used to be a Liverpool fan. This was until the age of 4 or 5, as Julian said, when he discovered that Liverpool wasn't in fact a London club. Now money's always played a part in Julian's life. He's qualified as a chartered accountant, and he's always been fairly good with money. Dad once said he thinks he was christened by a rabbi. He even came home from school one day with 50p in his pocket, given to him by a teacher because he'd been so good in class. One time when he wasn't so good with money was Sunday lunchtime, when Dad offered Julian 10 whole pence, with the single condition that he didn't speak a single word for the remainder of the meal. Now, you may have guessed from his 26-minute speech, if anyone's doing sweeps, it was 13 when he practiced it, 26 minutes, that Julian loves to talk. So whilst we were all happily tucking into our food, there was a ball, not quite boarding yet, purple-faced boy desperately rolling around on the floor, trying to prevent himself from saying something. Now, I'm not actually sure whether he managed it or not. We were all just happy to eat in silence for once. It's fair to say Julian does like the sound of his own voice. interest in politics. Now, Julian's dress sense has always been a source of amusement. At one time, he practically owned shares in Mr. Byrights, which makes it even more astonishing to know that he actually was voted the best dressed student in his halls of residence in his first year.
No!
Students. Now, the one item of clothing that's been the biggest crime against fashion over the years is Julian's pet llama. Now, it's difficult to describe how hideous this thing actually is. And so I brought it so you can all see it. I'm not putting it on. Now, if I could offer you one piece of advice for married life, it's lose the llama. Now, my favourite story about Julian is from one of our family boat trips to the Norfolk Broads.
First one.
One lazy afternoon, Lawrence, my cousin Lawrence here,
Hey.
was happily fishing off the side of the boat and asked Julian to take over while he popped on deck. Now Julian, always happy to hold another man's rod, took control. What he didn't realise was that we'd rigged up the fishing on it so it ran underneath the boat. So when we gave the line a little tug, Julian's battle had begun. He shouted over to Lawrence, who, obviously in on the gag, has allowed Julian to reel in the prey. Eventually, after a titanic battle between Julian and us, we've let the line go. And as his catch broke the surface of the water, Julian's look of concentration changed to one of confusion. So he turned to Lawrence and said, "What kind of fish is that?" To which Lawrence replied, "It looks like cod. A boil in the bag, cod in parsley sauce." Now, the other major part of Julian's life, and indeed the one that led to him meeting Amy in the first place, is music. Julian's always loved music and has always had a fantastic voice. Now, I'm remotely musical. I was in the same boys' choir as Julian for about 10 years. But while Julian was the one at the front doing the solos, I was the one that Joe Manighetti, the choir master, and indeed Uncle Vincent, when we were singing at the Teasy weddings, would just point at and go, "Shh." Now, Amy thought, and indeed though I had hoped, that I would do a Julian speech to song. This, despite my limited musicality, and the fact that this is possibly the most musical group of guests one could meet, was my original plan. Unfortunately, I have recently started a new role at work, and I've really struggled to find the time, and in the rush to get ready yesterday, I forgot to bring the guitar. Now, if there was actually a guitar here, then that might be a different story. But